former dancers working for Grammy-Award-winning artist Lizzo have filed a lawsuit accusing the singer of allegedly creating a hostile work environment. The lawsuit was filed against Lizzo, her company Big Girl Big Touring Inc., and dance captain Shirlene Quigley. The three plaintiffs, Arianna Davis, Crystal Williams, and Noelle Rodriguez, allege a series of incidents took place between 2021 to 2023 involving sexual, racial, and religious harassment. So far, 3 of Lizzo's ex-employees have come out in support of the plaintiffs and spoken about their own experiences. Watch this.
Lizzo's hit songs are often accompanied by messages of body positivity.
Watch out for the big girls.
While promoting her Emmy-winning reality show, Watch Out for the Big Girls, Lizzo told Today she was looking for dancers who matched that message.
I finally had the platform to do an open call audition for girls who look like me.
But in a new lawsuit filed by 3 former dancers, Lizzo was accused of weight shaming. One of the dancers, Arianna Davis, says Lizzo called attention to her weight gain with thinly veiled concerns, though she never explicitly stated it.
I just had this feeling that they had a problem with the way I was gaining weight.
Davis filed the suit with Crystal Williams and Noelle Rodriguez. They allege that at an after party at a strip club in Amsterdam, where sexually explicit acts were taking place on stage, Lizzo began inviting cast members to take turns touching the performers.
I briefly touched a performer. I was very mortified. Everyone burst into laughter.
It's something Davis says she didn't want to do, but felt pressured to do.
I did not ask for it. I said no multiple times.
According to the suit, the dancers also allege Lizzo falsely accused them of drinking alcohol before shows, and because of that, they were forced to audition for their jobs again.
She would pick and choose when she wanted to be professional and when she wanted things to be personal.
Both Williams and Davis say they were fired this past spring, while Rodriguez resigned. In an interview, Davis also describing an interaction with Lizzo.
She proceeded to say, you know, dancers get fired for gaining weight. You should basically be grateful to be here.
The trio is also suing Lizzo's production company and her dance captain, Shirlene Quigley, accusing her of forcing her religious beliefs on them. Lizzo has not commented on the suit, the champion of positivity on stage, now accused of enabling a toxic work environment behind the curtain.
You go from preaching about sisterhood to then turning around and saying that it's a privilege that you know us by name.
No, Lizzo, not you. No. What are we all talking about? I'm sorry.
I was actually really mortified when this story came out because you and I went to Lizzo's concert. It was the opening for
opening night, right?
Opening night of the North American tour. And she was blown away by the crowd. It was a sold-out performance here in Fort Lauderdale. I was just shocked because, you know, Lizzo's become this beacon of inclusivity and diversity and, accepting everyone, every color, every size, every background and everything. So to see the fallout now behind this is really shocking.
Yeah, it is. And remember how affected in a positive way we were, after the concert because of all the things that you stated, right?
The audience that she brought out was just we go to a lot of concerts, and it wasn't your normal concert goer. The audience was, for lack of a better term, a lot of people who probably would never leave their house because they're ashamed of how they looked. But they all came out to see Lizzo.
They all came out to see Lizzo.
Because they made her feel, she makes them feel accepted. Yeah. Which is a great thing. Yeah. So to see this is kind of really shocking. But I always think that there's always, 3 sides to the truth.
Of course.
Like their side, her side, and the actual truth. But who knows, what actually really happened.
Like what happens what happens behind the scenes kind of stuff, And then, so we saw her in concert, and then on that tour, she also brought drag queens on stage during a drag ban, So she's been doing these little things here and there that we have been so taken aback by just her support, right? And her inclusivity. And that concert, I wasn't the biggest fan of Lizzo, right? I knew a couple of the songs. I didn't know Truth Hurts. I knew all the very popular ones, right? Yeah. You were singing all the freaking words to every song. I did it. And I was just like, okay, but I ended up, I love you, bitch. I love that song. I dedicated it to my bestie, Michelle, because it's just, I love it. It's you eat all your vegetables when you have to, you do the damn thing, okay? And at the end of the day, I love you, and I'm not afraid to say that to you, bitch. right? And it's like those are lyrics, Khaled, you know? And then so to see this, like, she just was not one of the people that I expected to do something like this,
And
you know?
in the performing arts world, you know, I had the pleasure of an honor being the head of marketing for the Florida Grand Opera, which is the oldest performing arts organization in the state of Florida. And it's really difficult dealing with artists from the perspective of, you know, when that curtain goes up, everything has to be perfect.
Yeah.
So dealing with singers and actors and directors and lighting people, you know, you have one shot to get it right.
Yeah.
So I understand the perspective of Lizzo, you know, being like, you need to have your shit on, you know, or having people re-audition if they're slipping up or if they're messing up or if they're not committed to the actual cause. So, and I get that, you know, and it's not that easy of a work environment either to survive in, because you have to, you know, get it together. You have, as I said, when that curtain goes up, it's showtime.
It's
You know,
showtime.
there's no zero.
There's no way to rewind and fix something,
You
you
know.
know? So you want it meticulously perfect.
Yeah.
But shit happens,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And it's also like a 1 in a million, probably more chance for you to get that job on a touring concert this big like Lizzo.
Yeah, it's
you
an
know?
opportunity of a lifetime for some of these
lifetime.
dancers, especially the dancers that she had with her, because they probably wouldn't have not gotten, you know, such a big named artist or tour like this, because she wanted dancers that look like her.
Yes.
You know, and Lizzo's a big girl.
Lizzo is a big girl, but she could do death drops and she could dance her ass off, which we saw.
Yeah, and not many dancers can do that,
and
especially that size.
No.
You know, so it takes a little extra on, you know, the dancers, and she just wanted it perfect, and I get that, but I can understand if things got a little hostile, but that's part of the job as well.
Yeah.
You know, but the other stuff, you know, they're accusing her of, you know, sometimes, you know, people mix friendships and professional work environments together, and I think that really needs to stop. You know, because the people you work with aren't your friends. You know, it's like what the thing that your parents always tell you. It's like,
you were born alone. You weren't born with them.
Yeah, like not everyone's your friend type of thing. You know, so those socializing things probably happen, and, you know, touching dancers and going out and drinking, I'm sure, because it happens.
Yeah.
You know, but now that their contracts are over, you know, the tour's over, now they're coming out and speaking out. So
You know, I mean, again, I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, and I don't want to be the person. You know, like the 2 of the 3 girls that are part of this lawsuit were also part of the reality show. Side piece, what was the name of the reality show that she did?
Here Come the Big Girls.
Here Come the Big Girls, okay? Watch out for the big girls, right? Which knocked out RuPaul, okay? Like got the Emmy or got the award or got whatever it was instead of RuPaul, like after RuPaul getting it for like 6 years. And so because of us going to the concert, I started watching the show, right? And these big girls were dancers. They were talented. A lot of them didn't have too much experience because of their size, you know?
Yeah.
But they battled it out for these spots on Lizzo's tour, you know? But that led me to believe that they probably weren't used to being part of a tour, not knowing what really is expected of you. You know, like you said, it needs to be meticulous and perfect every effing time. Okay, that it's just that hard, you know. And I get it. You're touring with somebody for a bunch of months, so you think that you're friends, but you're still working together. You know, that line, unfortunately, sometimes you can't cross it. You know,
and if Lizzo tells you to take a shot, you're probably gonna take the shot. Like, I mean, come on.
Listen, I'm in recovery, and if Lizzo told me to take a shot, I would think about it. You know what I mean? I would go, "Wow, it's Lizzo." I mean,
it's just a shot.
You know, it's just one shot. Sorry, my sponsor's watching, and she's probably like, "Faye." No, I'm joking. Lizzo, we'll be watching this story. Whatever comes out, the truth will come out, and we'll bring it back to you. All right? So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the Faye What Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the Faye What Show. Get the week started with me.